Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to some Insidious vids. This is a video where it's just me, and I am doing more or less a review, kind of first impression kind of thing of this game. I mean, it's not really first impression anymore, but I guess since I've been at this game for a little while, but a pretty fun little game called on a website called agar.io, agar.io. What this game is you are effectively a cell. That's what the creator calls it, and or at least other people. I don't know. I couldn't verify if it was a creator or not, but you're a cell. You're collecting little dots to grow big enough to be able to take over other people eventually. Once you're big enough to take over other people, that's how you primarily grow. I mean, the little dots do help if you're kind of close and you're unsure. And they're a nice little passive kind of thing, but yeah, it's a nice little fun game. I'm going to start off giving this a little review score right off the bat. Just if you didn't want to waste your time and you just want to know what is this game, and you already heard my explanation, you want to know what I think about this game. For a web browser game, very good, much better than most games on web browser I've played, but I haven't in quite some time. Like I think Pandemic 2 is good and everything else I don't really know much about. Everything else I've played is very small, kind of stupid, pointless little games, but like Pandemic 2, don't remember the name of the other one I thought was good, Stick War, such things like that. Now, this isn't necessarily a Flash game, but it is a browser game. So think more like, I think it's called Star Trek Universe Online or something like that. That's kind of how it's working. I would rate it like 9.5 out of 10. Not perfect. The only issue I've found so far was I couldn't connect to the East servers for whatever reason, so I'm using the West servers. That's the US servers, at least. There's support for not Germany. Europe, same thing. Haha. There's support for Europe, America, like North America, mostly just US, Asia, and I'm pretty sure there was one other. Sorry, I am a little bit sick, so if you hear me sniffling or something, that is why. There's support for basically every major continent, except for obviously Antarctica and probably like, oh Jesus, probably like, get out of here, Oceania or something like that. It's a fairly fun game. I like it, to say the least. As a game itself, oh dang it. As a game itself, as just a game, 7 out of 10, just because it's small, simple, which ultimately does make this game get kind of boring after a little while, but it is certainly a great time waster. I'd love to see this on mobile. As a game being programmed, 9 out of 10, or 9.5 out of 10, as already said. Only really one issue. An issue I heard online is people can change the code to make it where WASD controls your movement instead of the mouse. That's the only thing I've seen so far, which I don't know. I'd like to see that control scheme. Other than that, yeah, 9.5 for what the game is, 7 out of 10 for this being just a game. After that, I'd like to go on to some other topics. First being the security behind the website. From what you can tell, I haven't poked into the servers. Don't really know how. I have a general idea. That's about it. In terms of tracking, only thing that does is literally just the ads. And there was two different sources according to disconnect.me, a Chrome app that shows you everything that's trying to stalk you or invade your privacy, and will disconnect you from them if you turn it on, but you can also turn it off if you so desire. Other than that, really, there's nothing else to report on. I haven't gotten any viruses or whatever. I've checked, used Malwarebytes, used Avera, both up to date. So, I mean, you don't really have to worry about, oh, will this game give me a virus? It's kind of shady because 4chan likes it, or I don't know, maybe that's how you think. And speaking of 4chan, I did notice this was posted through my Google search. I noticed that this was posted through their video games discussion board, or V as most people would dub it. And Get over here, Russia. Come on. And so, I mean, that's why you see like 4chan over here, Taylor Swifty, Digger Nick. I don't know what that could be. And number 5. So, I mean, it's if you don't like that kind of stuff, I'd probably stay away from this game for like, I don't know, a week. Probably get over it by then. Anyways, fun game. Security, not a problem. Next, what I'm going to go on to is some suggestions I did find online, just in case, for whatever reason, we get the developer of this game, because I'm pretty sure it's just one guy, interested in YouTube, or let's say he's interested in YouTube and finds our video, since, I mean, no one's really covering this. The suggestions I would give, my personal one that I have not seen from other people, please change the background. It's going to look so bad on YouTube. I'm recording this in the max resolution, which mine is 900p, 60 FPS, everything, but YouTube's encoding and just OBS itself, it's encoding. It looks kind of bad. The lines, it's really just the lines, it's nothing else. I would just like a background change. That's just my personal opinion. It's not important to the game at all. Something I did notice online that other people commented on was mostly just the big little blobs on this, not little, but the big blobs in this game, like the really big ones, the guys who are probably playing this for half an hour and finally got that big, or something ridiculous in terms of size. They can pretty much just stand there, barely move one direction, take out a significant portion of the server. Oh, come on, please give that to me. Okay. I am not gonna play around with my chance anymore. Yeah, just make the bigger blobs lose size over time. Simply because people can just sit there and do basically nothing, just hoping for people to run into them. I mean, maybe they are moving, it's just really hard to tell because they are so big and the game just scaled it. But whatever the reason, they should probably downscale over time. Other than that, the only other suggestion I have seen was a chat. I would not want to see at least the current players in a chat. I just get the feeling that they're just going to be annoying. And even after that, it's probably just going to be a lot of rage, like, stop hurting me, stop attacking me, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that's my opinions on those. That's my suggestions for the game. Other than that, the only other notable topics or just things I've seen about this really is community is really small. It's a brand new game, probably been out 4 days. YouTube, the oldest video is like, from what I saw, was like about 2 or so days old, but I didn't really look into it at all. I'm just like, I wonder, has anyone made videos about this? The answer was yes, Russians and 2 people from America. Just looking at the front page alone. Like, the reason why I say Russian is simply because it was all in Russian, so I don't know, obvious hint there, yeah? Either way, other than that, I mean, there's quite a few people with just great usernames. You can actually get decal, or more or less decals, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, come on. That's a rare Pepe. Haha. Oh man, the USSR is on the leaderboard. That's just beautiful. I better run, because I'm Germany. Haha. But yeah, you can get decals, like, obviously, the USSR. The other notable ones is you can get memes sometimes. Obviously, not all of them, but some of them. You can be countries for the most part. You could be the CIA, which just gives you sunglasses, and that's literally it, which I find funny. It would be interesting if you could see your own, if you'd make your own pictures, but I imagine that gets really dicey really quickly, so maybe we should just not. Other than that, that's about it. That's all I have to say about this game. This is a fun little game that you can do to procrastinate instead of doing what you should actually be doing. And that's all. Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next video. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald, as Badger says. Russian Badger, by the way. That is a direct reference. I'm well aware. In case anyone wants to correct me and say, "Oh, you just stole it from Russian Badger." No, I know full well it's intentional. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, all the normal YouTube spiel. And see you in the next video.